certified nutritionist, a master herbalist. She is a digestive health specialist. She is an author and she is a public speaker. Wow, you guys, how excited are you? If you heard her own room at the top, this is just going to be even better than that. So Dr. Diana has visited every national park in the United States. She met her husband at a Waffle House 36 years ago. And Dr. Diana is a preacher's wife. So without further ado, you guys help me welcome Dr. Diana to come on and talk to us in detail about all of our Gut Collective products.
Oh my goodness, Melissa, I think I'll just carry you around in my pocket all the time. That's almost embarrassing, but I liked it. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And hello, good morning, everybody. I'm still in Alaska. It's very much morning. It's still completely dark outside. And I know that my good friend Trudy Bonnet will be speaking she'll be speaking right after me, in fact, and she just lives across the lake from where I am. So isn't that kind of fun? So today I get to talk about, honestly, it is one of my favorite things to talk about, the Gut Collective. And if it's okay with you, we're going to dig into the nitty gritty on the different products that are part of the Gut Collective. And Melissa, at any time you can say, all right, girl, you need to zip it. And I'm okay with that. That doesn't hurt my feelings, but I'm going to be watching you for the high sign. Okay. So I thought it would be helpful. This is mostly a business call, and our products are, of course, our business, right? But I wanted to just hit you with a few statistics. And just as I go along, I'll share just a little bit of statistics as far as the business side. Several others I've been watching since this whole thing started. I stayed off camera because it's still morning and I was making breakfast and doing the other things this morning. But several of you have talked about how that really, we start taking this particular system and the anxiety feelings come down, right? Like people don't feel as anxious. People feel more energetic. I don't know about you, but since I started doing the Gut Glow, so I changed the way I did the Gut Collective. I used to just take individual products and just throughout the day. But then a few weeks ago, I got intentional about doing the Gut Collective or the Gut Glow. And I'm telling you, when I wake up in the morning now, I'm awake. Does anyone else have like the stares in the morning? You wake up first thing and you're like, you just kind of have to look at the air. You just kind of have to wait till your brain waves come on. So literally that was an issue before. And then I started doing the Gut Glow. And the next thing you know, when I wake up in the morning, I'm awake. And that serves me on days like today. So let's talk about gut health. Let's talk about the gut health industry. Let's talk about these products and the nitty gritty. So did you know that in 2020, the mental health industry, okay, so we're talking about things like anxiety. We're talking about things like depression. We're talking about things like disorders that make it difficult for people to be out in public, things of that nature. That industry was $280 billion. The mental health industry in 2020, and we know, I'll bet you $1, 2021 was higher than that. But the point is, this is a big industry, and the products that you have, the products that I have, we have an opportunity to make a difference. And we have an opportunity to get a piece of that pie that is the mental health business. Okay. So I love that. So today we're going to talk about each of these products. I hope it's okay. I hope you have your geek glasses on. We're going to get into some nitty gritty, and we're going to start off with trim sticks. All righty. So trim sticks, and I'm just going to look over here. I made a few notes. There's so much to talk about, but I'm just going to hit some highlights for you today. Things that you've heard me talk about before, things you haven't heard me talk about before today. I'm going to talk about all of them. Okay. So first of all, with the trim sticks, one of the things that's super important for you to know is this B12 in our trim stick. So it is clean energy. You're gonna if you are an ingredients reader like I am, when I first came into the Singular family, my my sponsor, Jamie Maestri, had the wisdom. The first thing she ever sent me was the list of ingredients of all the products because she knew I would actually want to know about those. And as I started learning about those, I was so impressed. Like they're impressive. And so when we think about trim sticks, we think about a clean energy. It has things like green coffee bean. That probably doesn't take a whole lot of science to figure out. So, coffee beans give energy. Just drive by a Starbucks any day and you'll see all the cars that suggest that is in fact the case. But there are other components of this that bless your body in some pretty powerful ways. One of them is specifically the kind of B12 that we have in here. So there are two different kinds of vitamin B12. The B vitamins are known to give our cells energy. When our cells have energy, we have energy. When we have energy, we feel like dealing with people, okay? Dealing with the world. And when we don't have energy, we just want to go back to bed for a little bit, don't we? So it's a thing. But with vitamin B12, there are two main kinds, cyanocobalamin, which is a completely synthetic approach to B12, super common, and it's cheap. Honestly, cyanocobalamin is less expensive than the second kind, methylcobalamin. Methylcobalamin, more expensive. But there are people that have a genetic condition called MTHFR. And I'm not going to go into exactly what all that means. You don't care. But MTHFR has to do with a person's ability to take in nutrients at the cellular level and to throw off toxins at the cellular level. If they have this gene expression, I'm not going to call it a defect because it's just a different way that their genes express, then they are not able to use the cyanocobalamin. They are not able to, their cells cannot detoxify. And it creates a problem over time, especially with nervous system issues. Our formula has a kind of B12 that is not going to clog up their system as far as their cells being able to take in nutrients and throw off toxins. It's actually going to work with them. So if you know someone that is concerned about that, this is an excellent formula for them. Okay. Oh, today I wanted to talk about, my gosh, I love this so much. I wanted to talk about something called, now I've always mispronounced it. I call it baobab, but it's actually baobab. And I'm like, I like baobab better. So it doesn't matter how you say it. But that is an ingredient. Now you're going to hear this in a couple different products, but it's one of the ingredients in trim sticks. And one of the things that's cool about this is the baobab or baobab tree. Like where that thing comes from, the baobab fruit. It comes from a tree that can live. Gosh, I wish we had time. I'd ask you because I'd love to hear your guesses. This doggone tree can live over 1,000 years. Well, I don't know about you. I don't plan to live 1,000 years, but I wouldn't mind to benefit from something that has that kind of longevity to bless my body. So baobab, as I'm gonna call it, I'm just gonna do it. It has high antioxidants, which means, okay, so what's an antioxidant? If you think about your car, I used to live in Indiana. They put salt on the roads. And as a result, the cars get rusty because the salt like splashes up. They put salt on the roads because it snows. Okay. Not just to be ornery. And so, but the salt comes up and splashes on the car and those cars get rusted. Well, in your daily life, if you have any stress, that creates an oxidative response in your body. And of course, you have stress. We all have stress. But an antioxidant helps us not rust from the inside out. Oxidative stress, whether it comes from our food, whether it comes from our life, whatever it is, it creates almost like a rust or an oxidative response in our body. Antioxidants like baobab or baobab, they are going to help reduce that oxidative response. All right, let's see. It also contains, I'm going to go ahead and move on from, I wanted to share this up. It also contains something called probably curcumin, which is a form of curcumin, which is also a natural antioxidant. Why does that even matter? Well, because when you take something that helps reduce your internal rust, you feel better. So that's kind of awesome. All right, leaving that one aside, let's move on to prebiotic. The prebiotic. Absolutely love it. I think I'm going to say that about every one of them. But why is this even an important thing? We talk about, well, prebiotics are food for probiotics. We're going to talk about probiotics in a minute. But prebiotics are mostly, it's fiber. And why is fiber even important? So here's a little nitty gritty thing about how fiber works. When we think about fiber, we think, when I eat enough fiber, I poop. Right? And that's like ideal. That's amazing. In fact, most of us need about 25 grams of fiber a day. Well, here's what's cool. Here's 2 grams here. There's a couple grams here, or 4 grams, 4 grams here. That's 6 grams. You're going to get the rest from your food. But how does fiber even work? Why does it even matter? First of all, fiber gives your colon muscle something to work against so the colon can stay rolling. Okay? That's important. But secondly, and I mean, this is just as important, fiber, every kind of fiber has a certain charge. So, like when you have magnets and you have one the positive pole and the negative pole, if you put magnets together and they have opposite charge, what happens? They stick together, right? But if you put 2 magnets together that have the same charge, you know how they kind of like go like this and they just won't even touch, right? Well, here's what's cool about fiber. Fiber has, now this is going to seem backwards than what you might think, okay? Fiber has a negative charge. Fiber has a negative charge. Bad stuff in your body has a positive charge. So what would be bad stuff in your body? Let's say things like viruses. Let's say the bacteria you don't want in there. Let's talk about toxins. And I mean, toxins could be everything from plastics to heavy metals to, I'm not even going to get in there right now. But fiber has a negative charge. The bad stuff has a positive charge. It's opposite of what you would think. And here's what's cool. Fiber comes into your body. It has a negative charge. It literally attracts. It attracts the positive charge of the toxins and things like that in your system. Well, if it attracts them, that's great. So now it grabs them and it says, hey, I'm going to paraphrase how fiber talks in your body. I can't say for 100% sure this is how it is, but they're going to say, hey, you're coming with me and we are leaving the body. That is why fiber is important. Well, let's make it easy. With a prebiotic fiber, with prebiotics, it is feeding the probiotics, which is important. It helps them be more effective. We're going to talk about them in a minute. But it is important to have plenty of fiber in our diet, and this makes it easy. But also, this also contains more antioxidants. So when you take these products, you feel so good, and you almost don't even care why you feel so good. But today, I want you to feel empowered with why you feel so good, because you're not rusting out you're not rusting from the inside out anymore. All these wonderful antioxidants. In this specific formula, it's going to be the dandelion. Oh my gosh, I love dandelion. I drink this wonderful little drink called, what's a dandelion drink? I just had some at the top of the call. And literally, dandelion helps support our liver. It helps support our kidneys. You can hear dandelion helps support your body's ability to detoxify. That is super important. But in here we have it says the Good Gut Blend. It's green tea extract. Oh my gosh, green tea helps you burn fat. Green tea is an amazing antioxidant. Bilberry fruit, also an amazing antioxidant. And bilberry fruit has an affinity for your vision. So like physically, how well you can see, bilberry helps you have healthier eyeballs. I know you were kind of wondering, but I just thought I'd go ahead and share that with you. Pomegranate fruit, blueberry leaf, amazing things. So prebiotic. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about, I wanted to tell you also, because remember, we're on a business call. Prebiotic fiber industry. The prebiotic just prebiotic industry, $6.7 billion in 2022. $6.7 billion. Sister cat or brother cat. That means people are buying this. They're buying it somewhere, and they could be buying it from you if they know that you have that to offer. I love it. Okay, let's talk about probiotic. A probiotic. So this is kind of cool. If you keep up with probiotics, which is actually a $58 billion industry, okay, just the probiotic part of the Gut Collective, $58 billion industry in 2022. That's globally, all right? Probiotics are important for helping our gut stay balanced. As I shared when Kala and I talked about this on Room at the Top, we were talking about with the gut, there are two big issues. There is the actual lining of the gut itself, which we're going to talk about more with the collagen here in a moment. And then there is the balance of the stuff that is inside the gut, that balance. We talked about your microbiome is from the top of your hair. Yes, even the top of my hair, okay? It's from the top of your hair to the bottoms of your feet. It's everything that is inside, outside, upside, and down, in, on, and around that is your body. That is your microbiome. 10 trillion cells of that are your human body. 90 trillion cells are other stuff. Other stuff. Sometimes I can make you feel a little bit freaked out. My little germ phobe friends, if you are watching and you are a germ phobe, I don't know how to break this to you, except I'm just going to do it, is 90% of you is not even human. That can feel kind of freaky and grossed out. And that's okay, because as long as that other 90% stays balanced, it is a wild, wild west. But as long as it stays balanced, you're going to feel like yourself. But sometimes we need a little help with the balance, and that's where the probiotic comes in. You can feel so proud about the quality of these products. I have to say that again because it's a big deal. The quality of these products is not the same whenever you hear these big numbers, $6.7 billion in prebiotic or fiber industry, $58 billion in the probiotic industry. They're not the same. Most probiotics that you find in the store are going to have between 4 and 6 strains. This one has 20. The number of strains is very important. So it has, it doesn't have 20. Okay, if you're taking notes, mark out that 20, okay? That 20 is for the number of colony forming units in here. No, it has 11 strains. That's important. So look at your notes. It does not have 20 strains. It has 11 strains. It has 20 colony forming units. But the strains matter because that is the kind of diversity that is in the product that's going to get into your gut. And the strains are different. They're not all just for digestion. They're not all just for helping your digestive system. There are things in here that specifically target the boosting and the supporting of a good mood. Do you notice that, so this is one of the very few things that is on my nightstand. Like, I don't like visual clutter. So I'm a little picky about certain things, but this is on my nightstand. So that first thing in the morning, there's this and there's this. First thing in the morning, swig a bunch of water and take this little puppy, just one. First thing in the morning. And it doesn't happen often, but on the rare day that I do not take this first thing in the morning, by about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I feel it. How do I feel it? I know a lot of you are horse people, so here's this one. If I were a horse, my ears would be slicked back, okay? When a horse's ears are slicked back, it means they are not happy. they are a moody mare, okay? I turn into a moody mare about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. My ears slick back. If you're a cat person, your whiskers get twisted. It changes your mood, and it changes it today. It's not like, well, go ahead and start taking this, and after about 3 or 4 months, you might start noticing something. No, you take it this morning, you're going to feel a difference this afternoon. That matters. That's different. That doesn't happen with other products in the market. 20,000 colony forming units. Now, you may find, my goodness, I was in a chat with one of you last week and they were saying, oh yeah, but this person's nutritionist wants them to take something with 80,000 colony forming units. Okay, I have actually not really heard of that before. That is high and is not necessary. We don't need that much. You don't want to bring that much new energy into the wild, wild west, okay? Not at one time. Let's just bring what we can work with at a time. 20,000 CFUs, a beautiful, perfect, workable amount. Okay, let's see here. Next, we're going to talk about the digestive aid. Enzymes are a were a $12.27 billion industry in 2022. I love enzymes. So why do enzymes even matter? Digestive aid, what even is that? Well, it's enzymes. So let's talk about what happens when you don't have enough enzymes. Let's suppose you eat something. Let's suppose there's a food that you avoid because when you eat it, you bloat up. And you know what I'm talking about. You bloat up either you feel like a cow. Goats are known to bloat. It's like, you know what you feel like. You just feel bloated. And ain't nobody can come, poke a hole in you to let that gas out. It's just going to be miserable for a little bit. The reason that happens is because you've eaten something that your body did not have the enzymes that it needed to break that thing down. And so consequently, it went in your mouth, went through your stomach, got into usually your small intestine, either somewhere between your small intestine and before it gets to your large intestine. But what happens is either your body doesn't have the proper pH to digest it. You may not have enough digestive, like hydrochloric acid in your stomach. But at the end of the day, it gets in you and it starts fermenting. And when it starts fermenting, it feels like it's swelling. When it ferments, it creates a gas. You know the gas, the one that makes you bloat up like a pig, a cow, a goat, whatever. It doesn't feel good. But it is a simple approach to just take a digestive aid before you eat. So if you don't think about it before you eat, take it when you eat. And if you don't think about it, then take it after you ate. And if you take it between meals, it will the enzymes will get into your bloodstream within 30 minutes or less and gobble up undigested proteins, fats, carbs. With this, it also has enzymes for, oh my goodness, for dairy and also for fiber. So I just love it. I'm just going to tell you, I've been a digestive health specialist I've been a naturopath like 17 years, been a digestive health specialist for about 15 and a half years or so. I have never found an enzyme that gives this kind of effect like that. I love it. Plus it tastes good. So that's fun. Melissa, how am I doing on time? I've still got collagen to go. Okay.
Take your time. We are good.
Okay. I know we want to make sure we stay on track. All right. Thank you for speaking to me. So let's talk about collagen. Oh my gosh. Did I already mention I like some of the other products? Have I mentioned that? So with collagen, it is a $23.02 billion industry last year. $23 billion. My gosh. And cool thing about collagen is, did you know when you're a kid, you actually make all the collagen you could possibly need? That's how we grow. That's why we're not all 8 pounds, 2 ounces, and 20 inches long anymore. We grow because our body can manufacture a lot of collagen so we can make bones that are growing. So our skin will grow with us. All this, so our hair will grow, all the wonderful things. And when we're kids and when we're younger, we make lots of collagen. We have that wonderful smooth skin, all as well, right? Then you hit about 35 or 40 and you start thinking, what is happening? And your skin starts changing. And it does. Well, one of the reasons, and there are many, one is antioxidants. Taking more antioxidants can give you smoother skin. But secondly, we don't make as much collagen as we age. We just don't make as much. And so we can benefit from supplementing, adding to what we're already taking by taking some collagen. So, one of the things that makes this formula different is the diversity of the kinds of collagen. Today, I wanted to talk about we have marine collagen, which is from fish, we have chicken collagen, which is from chicken, and we have bovine, which is from cows. But did you know that each one of those kinds of collagen brings a different benefit to the table? So I'm going to hit a few highlights. All of them are going to help with skin elasticity. But I don't know if you've thought about this. When you start losing weight, what's one of the weird things that happens? One of the weird things you don't think about when you start losing weight, your skin starts, you don't have all the fillers, the plump fillers anymore, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I was going to age 20 years because I lost 20 pounds. But when we are taking eating antioxidant rich foods, which is going to be like fruits and vegetables, and when we're taking a collagen to help keep our skin nice and plump, makes your hair grow real fast, you have to get your nails done more often. Those are downside side effects, right? But when you take collagen, it actually helps keep your skin elasticity so that your skin can, bounce back more quickly and so forth. So with marine collagen, its superpower is to reduce wrinkles. So whenever you are thinking about a fish, like marine-based collagen, its superpower is reducing wrinkles. Chicken collagen, super great for your gut lining. Your gut lining. Remember how there are two biggies with the gut? The lining of the gut and the stuff inside? Collagen helps strengthen your gut lining, specifically chicken collagen. And then bovine, cow-based collagen. I want to say right now, collagen is not whey protein. Okay, collagen is not whey protein. That matters. You GLP-1 people out there, and you're like, okay, there's this much protein in collagen. This is not whey protein. Whey protein comes from like a dairy source. Okay, it comes from milk. This collagen comes from things like boiling bones and connective tissue and skin and things like that. So this is not whey protein. Okay, so I want to make sure to mention that little differentiation. But cow or bovine collagen is especially good for, of course, keeping your skin elastic, but for building muscle. Building muscle, like that is so cool. Why? Well, because as we age, we lose muscle mass. So as we age, we talk about aging. It's like, oh my gosh, am I going to fall apart when I'm 45? And you're not. You're not going to fall apart. You're going to be wiser, and your body can actually still be super strong if you know the things. And so taking and using a bovine collagen is actually going to help you hang on to your muscles, because we begin to lose muscle mass, muscle strength by the age of 40 or so. So if you're under 40, please don't be thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to turn 40 and everything's going to be weird. I'm telling you, when you turn 40, you just kind of start coming into it. You do start losing your filter gradually. So you'll say things you wouldn't have said 5 years before. And 10 years, you get to 55 and a half, as I am now, and you just might say, who knows what? And you don't about care what everybody else thinks. And that's the wisdom that comes from getting to keep going. All right. So we have talked about the Gut Collective. And I was thinking about what kind of challenge or call to action can I leave you with today? This is such a great system for before weight loss. If somebody knows, if we start talking to a new person, they know their gut is funky. They know it because maybe they've had a medical diagnosis of something like IBS or something like that. And they're not sure, like, what do I do? I need to lose weight, but I've got this thing. This is such a great thing, a great system to put into place before you lose weight. But you know what? It's a great system, as I think it was maybe Julie said. This is such a great system for ongoing wellness. This is such a great system for after you've lost weight. So I loved what Julie was saying as far as like reaching out to people who are on your team who either have lost weight are still in the weight loss journey, but how many could you invite to, if they don't already have a subscription? Man, to me, this is like a wonderful, wonderful system to have on hand really forever, just for ongoing wellness. All right. Well, listen, it has been such an honor to be with you today. And thank you so much. I hope there was something valuable here for you. And let's see. Let's think about the 2 truths and a lie. We'll see what happens there.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. This has been, again, just gold and just stuff that's just going to continue to help us to grow our business and know what we're talking about. So thank you so much for your wisdom and your knowledge and sharing that with us. And so would you like to reveal the lie that I told about you?
I'm trying to even remember, Melissa.